Friends, there's not much of a shift today, but I think I'm going to ask you a few different questions just to help you go deeper into your journaling practice for the first 21 days of January so that you can herald in the 2023 Rave New Year differently with a higher quality of thinking. That's my base quality is all around personality, space, and helping you think differently. And I'm going to share the screen today. Again, not much has changed over the course of the last 8 days. However, I'm going to ask you a few questions. So first, I just want to say, what pattern are you identifying with that may or may not be helping you move into the future? What are you investing your time, energy, and money into that actually isn't doing a return on investment? So I notice for myself, here's what I do. When I get overwhelmed in my office, I want to go sit on my couch and binge watch a series of shows. I was never like this. This was never a part of who I was. And all of a sudden it started to happen. And now I'm noticing how much time this is consuming for me. And through that binging, I also, I'm on my phone, TV's going, and I am playing Yahtzee, trying to, just totally veg out of reality. So that does not return any kind of investment for me. Am I relaxing? Maybe a little bit. So where do you notice that you're not relaxing? Where do you notice that there's still tension? Where do you notice that the pattern is no longer doing a return on investment? Because now it's actually, I know for me, initially doing that was so that the overwhelm and the tension in my body could dissipate. But now that pattern is causing me to have tension. It is causing me to, look at myself and go, what are you doing? Right? The conditioned mind is starting to gnaw and chew and move through. So just be aware of it. It isn't about beating yourself up. It's just seeing the awareness of it. Now, as we watch the moon move through the second quarter, and we watch it move from storytelling, now we're into influence. What's influencing you in this pattern? Because this is logical. What is the influence that's happening? So I recognize that the influence is the moment that I feel overwhelmed in my, while I'm working in my office. The minute I feel overwhelmed, it's like, oh, there's my escape hatch. And there's this influence that pulls me to go do something that no longer gives me a return on investment. So just being aware of it, that's the best thing. Then you're going to be, asked to, look at the retreat aspect, the 33, retreating. What have you been listening to? What have you been learning over the last little while here so that you can go deeper in and discover something for yourself? And again, where's that innocence? Can you innocently sit in all of this information and be okay with it? And just be okay and give yourself the compassion. So that is what I'm working on, is when I'm starting to feel that overwhelm, I want to look at the pattern differently. I want to look at what I'm doing differently. What actions am I taking? Because even though the 16 isn't about particularly an action, it's more about the investment of time. How am I investing my time? And is it actually serving my direction in life or not? And what am I trying to avoid? Or what am I evading by doing that pattern? So I'm going to ask you the same question. What are you identifying with in your patterns? Let's get really clear on them. So as we close up this 2022 year, you can lean deeper into a new pattern, one that's more healthy, one that, is serving you in a different capacity. All right, friends, I will chat with you tomorrow. This was a real quick one. However, I think it's really important. All right, thanks.